So, my dear masters, let us go through the wisdom sharing of Madam Blavatsky. And here it is, I'm discussing about astral world presented to us by Madam Annie Besant. The subject presented to us on astral world by Madam Annie Besant. So here already we have discussed about this astral world 2 weeks back, and this is the continuation of the session. And there are a few more points for us to discuss, and then end this concept of astral world. So here they are giving us the concept that the astral world is above us, it is below us. We are surrounded with this astral world, and being in this densest form of physicality, we cannot recognize the astral world in which we are in. So, my dear masters, astral world is nowhere very far away from us. It is very near to us. We are living in astral world as a physical forms. Here, from You Forever book, the author gives a very good example that if you can, if any one of you went through the concept, a virus can see our body or any object in its molecular level. That is what the author discusses in You Forever book, Media Masters. It is such a small entity that it can see any object in its molecular level, and the virus can penetrate into these objects in from between the structures, and it can come out from that. In a similar way, my dear masters, astral world is physical world is so grosser and it is so denser that we cannot analyze the astral world up to its uh, highest state of vibrations, and we are here with very low state of vibrations. So, and in astral world, the astral objects, they'll be translucent. That means we can see the other side of the object, we can see the back of the object as its front, or the astral objects exists in the astral plane in such a translucent state. For every object that is present in a physical world, there's an astral body, and that astral body is visible. If we are trained to see the astral objects, they are visible in a translucent state. The astral entity changes its whole appearance basing on the type of desires and the type of thoughts what we keep on exhibiting, my dear masters. As we are here in physical world, habituated to see an object as it is for a few days at least, or else for few months, and also for few years in case of an objects like stones. But in astral world, the astral bodies, it keeps on changing its forms, it keeps on changing its colors, it keeps on changing its shapes, depending on if it is a thought form what we are taking a reference. Yes, if we are taking a reference of our thought form, depending on the rapidity of our thought forms, how frequently our thought form changes, how frequently our desires changes, how frequently are changing, we are fluctuating in our mind level, that astral forms will change with such a rapidity. That is what it was discussed here. Madam Annie Besant is presenting to us. And here they are telling, my dear masters, that it was presented that apart from thought forms, it is desires, and desires which the astral forms of the desires are so particular, and they are so precise in their forms and colors when compared to the thought forms. When we take the astral forms of a thought forms, they are not so precise, and they are not so uh, particular, and they are not so particularly outlined. The astral forms are not so particularly outlined as it is when we take the desires into consideration. So here they are clearly telling that our desires take more precise astral forms than our thoughts. And the astral forms created here by our desires and also by our feelings. And it is also discussed here that masters, the astral forms exhibits colors. So we are aware of this. Many of us, we are aware of this, masters. We know that astral forms creates colors because when it comes to anger, we know that uh, we can see that there's a red envelope around a human body when the person is in a very angry state. So in a similar way, when a person is exhibiting,
Can I
showering
play
love
minute?
or compassion, sir.
చూపించమంటారా కలర్స్?
ఒక్కసారి చూపించండి సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ. So compassion. Then the color exhibited at that state is uh, rose pink. It is rose pink color. In that way, here it was discussed that these astral forms even exhibits different colors, different beautiful colors, and also the colors depending on the desires the people exhibit, the desires the human beings exhibit. It may be from dull dusky colors to high brilliant colors. So here sir is sharing there's a screen share here, giving you an idea how the colors of different astral bodies take. So you can go through the screen share, masters. Thank you, Gupta sir, thank you so much. And masters, you can see how the astral forms are changing along with the desires or thoughts what we exhibit. The colors of astral forms are changing. Okay, masters. And here, masters, it was discussed by Madam Annie Besant that thoughts in people, it is not concerned him alone, but also he is sending out angels and devils out, for whose creation he is responsible and for whose influence he is held accountable. So it is a very good statement giving that whatever thoughts we release, whatever desires we release into the astral world, whatever astral forms that are crowded in the astral world due to the thoughts and desires that were released by us, and we are solely responsible for that, for the whole good or the whole bad that we are releasing into this astral world. And here it was uh, defined by Madam Annie Besant that we are sending out angels and devils, for whose creation the human being is responsible, the creator of the that forms are responsible, and for whose influence he is held accountable. So here Madam Annie Besant, she is discussing about how we become accountable for various thoughts what we release into this astral world. And here she is telling that at least by knowing this law of nature, at least by knowing this fact that we will be responsible for all the thought forms that are crowded in the astral world, and by knowing this law of nature, at least we can guide our thoughts to be in a proper way, to be in a positive way, to be according to the divine plan, not against the divine sense. So astral, apart from this, it was discussed here, my dear masters, that astral world is also populated with astral bodies of the people who are dead. So the people who dies, the astral body get detached from the physical body, my dear masters, and it moves into the astral world, and there the astral, in the astral world, this astral body will wait for some time after it gets realized that it in which path it has to move. uh, it follows that. So here what Madam Annie Besant is telling us that apart from these thought forms, apart from this the astral forms created by our desires and all, there's also some other astral bodies, the astral bodies of the people who are dead, and also the astral forms of the nature elements that are carried on in a physical form. For example, if there's a river flowing and if there's a cool breeze that is through which we can experience a cool breeze, and also for the creation of some fire at some place, these are all some the five natural elements that the works that are carried by these five natural elements. It is first done in an astral world, in an astral level. We all know that, masters. We had so many gods representing like Vayu Deva, Agni Deva, and all. So these works are carried out in astral world by the respective departments. If we can talk it in a physical way. So apart from all this, my dear masters, there are great Himalayan yogis, there are great Tibetan yogis, and also there are so many astral bodies of so many human beings who did so many good sadhana when they are in human form. These astral bodies, for what they'll be waiting for? They'll be waiting for how they can help the humanity in driving them through their divine purpose, in driving them through the divine path, in giving them guidance to go through the divine path. So for that reason, the astral bodies of all these great yogis and the people who does immense sadhana, they will be moving in astral world. And also there are also some astral bodies which are the astral bodies of these great Himalayan yogis and all, and the Tibetan masters are all, and all the people of this world who immensely did penance and all. Apart from these people, these astral bodies, they work for the divine purpose, according to the divine plan, in accordance with the divine plan. But there are also some astral bodies which work against the divine nature, against the divine plan. So these are the astral bodies which go against the law of nature. And there's also astral bodies of such entities existing in the astral world. And astral world consists of astral bodies of the human beings who does astral travel while sleeping. So while sleeping, so while sleeping, the people who does astral travel, the astral bodies, they'll be moving without any consciousness, without consciousness, they'll be moving in the astral world. That is what given to us, masters. And also the astral bodies of undeveloped man, an averagely developed man, and also a spiritually highly developed man, a spiritually highly developed man, spiritual person. When we go into the discussion of these, the astral bodies of these three different types of human beings existing in that realm, let us go through, my dear masters. When we come to the discussion of the astral bodies of the human being who is not developed in the spiritual path, who is not in a spiritual path, undeveloped man, here it is referred to a person, to a human being who is not spiritually enhanced. Okay, so the astral body of an undeveloped man will be exhibiting dull colors. It will be exhibiting muddy colors and dusk colors with dusk. And also the colors will be like brown, dull red, and dirty green, my dear masters. We all know that if a stone has to move, we should push that. And we all know that a plant taking the light and the moisture from the air, it grow itself. And here I'm discussing how the conscious states are moving, enhancing. And we all know that how the animal triggered by its hunger moves around uh, through its activities. In a similar way, a person who is to be spiritually enhanced has to be stimulated for the purpose of his activities. So that is what here it is mentioned. The astral body will be in that state of an undeveloped, spiritually undeveloped man. And here a spiritually undeveloped man, for his development, he needs an immense flow of severe pain or a pleasure to awaken the spirit and to put him into action. So he'll be so inertial that the undeveloped man, astral body of an undeveloped man, will be so inertial that it needs some push, a severe pain, or else a immense pleasure for him to move forward, or for him to go to the path of spirituality. And during the astral travel of these astral bodies, the astral travel will be not of such a conscious state. The astral travel will be of uh, they won't move. The astral travel will not be so conscious of these undeveloped human beings. So this is what discussed about undeveloped man, my dear masters. And when we compare an average developed man, the color of his astral body will be a bit brighter than what an undeveloped man's astral body color is. And it is his intellect which guides him. The average developed man, it is his intellect which guides him to go through the path of to go through the divine path. It is through his intellect he recognizes that no, this is something which is not taking me to my divine path, and he realizes that so this is the path through which I have to go for me to go to a spiritual enhancement. So spiritually for me to enhance my spiritual state. So in this way, an average developed man, when he does an astral travel, it will be a bit conscious, not, it won't be in a state of unconscious state. It will be in a state of certain consciousness, my dear masters. And coming to a highly spiritually grown up human being's astral body, coming to the discussion of highly spiritually grown up human being's astral body, his astral body color will be very pleasant, bright, and also it will be exhibiting bright, shining, my dear masters. And he'll be fully conscious in whatever astral travel he does. He does the astral travel with full consciousness, and he don't need any he himself is so conscious that he carries his activities to drive the human beings towards the divine path. So these people who are highly spiritually developed, mostly they will be the guides on this earth realm who helps the human beings to drive them into their spiritual path, my dear masters. So this is the concept discussed with us by Madam Annie Besant on Astral World. through theosophical wisdom. Thank you all, my dear masters. I am very happy receiving you all here on this platform. Thank you all.